I trained with Crosley mainly. That was my main academy in California when I was in Brentwood.
Kurt Osiander's,
Yeah.
is he kind of crazy?
Yes, he is exactly.
Okay.
We can talk about that. He's exactly who you see in the
Yeah,
when
it's
you
like,
walk
man,
into his
this dude-
academy.
Yeah.
You know, he's exactly who
He's
you're
a
in.
character, dude. I like him though. He seems like super cool, but just like, I don't know, like maybe.
He just does what he wants.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I was kind of like, cause how it's set up is he'll have like an advanced class over here with like, you know, like blue, purple, brown belts or something like that, and then like like white a beginner class over here. And like when you come in, if you've never been there, you're gonna be right in the middle. He's like, you're the fuck over there.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks.
give us that fucking guy right there.
Yeah, he just don't.
And he's like, I like your fucking tattoos. Okay, check it out.
Yeah.
You know, he's
It's
just,
like
he's that guy. You
One
know?
of the chillest instructors. Went back to Florida, and then yeah, let's kind of talk about your jiu-jitsu journey there. Then we'll talk about 2018 resolutions and future goals. Okay. Then we'll talk about a bunch of stuff in
Yes.
between.
2018, less
Next year's a purple belt.
less gay sex. And, okay.
less butt stuff, please.
No, I didn't say that.
I was gonna say, now you're just talking crazy.
Less guys in your butt, please.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Hey, you guys don't want this one?
No.
You good? Okay. I'll drink it then, and I'll just let my coffee. Here.
Yeah, he's got that liquor. I feel like.
Man, I should have spent both of mine. Like I like to.
Uh-huh.
This is cold coffee. This is warm coffee.
This is, yeah, this is iced and this is
You know, I
hot.
like to. I switch it up. You know, if this burns my mouth, I go over here and get the cold coffee.
For sale. Kenny still owes me $1 for his. No.
I'm not paying him.
I know, I won't get his money. That's okay
He's
though.
done.
I'm gonna use his name
He's
to
gonna have to.
build
He's
it,
gonna have to
right?
move out.
I'm gonna sell the studio.
Yeah.
I would sell one of these foam panels for that $1.
Yeah, you're good. So I don't see the big deal.
No, I think they're like 2 for $1. Actually, they're cheap. I can sell a couple of them, whatever.
What are those doing? Really? Like that one guy.
Yeah, they're not doing nothing.
That's close to the door. That's not doing.
Nada. Okay, are you guys warm enough? So
Yeah,
we get
fine.
started here.
Okay.
All right, so we're recording there. What's better, Instagram Live or Facebook Live?
I think Facebook, the feed will last longer. I think you have to do Instagram Live or do you Story Live?
It'd be like Story Live, right? Yeah.
Do you want me to do one from my phone,
Sure.
one from yours, and then we'll have like multiple casts going?
Yeah, let's do it. I'll get
Craziness.
We'll just get all the rays, all the Wi-Fi, and the. Well, actually, I don't have Wi-Fi reaching out here, but all the. Well, does it reach out here, the Wi-Fi, or did it not work?
Yeah, it works.
It does. It's just slow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little slow.
The matrix behind
So
that
what
thing.
do you want me to do? Do you want me to go to Instagram or do you want me to do Facebook?
What's?
I have more people that kind of follow the jiu-jitsu and lifting world from Instagram.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Okay.
Check out this rig, bro. Yeah, boy.
Woo!
Yeah, boy. Selfie stick on top of the tripod. Yeah,
Bam! It's like
Get
that.
Get it. Yo, get you some.
Kenny,
Yes, sir.
look at this.
Oh, snap.
It's the Venom Deadpool.
That's
and
pretty
his
dope.
coat is from Punisher.
Dang.
It's like you're playing like really aggressive Barbies.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, that's cute.
I don't know if I've ever done that though. Do you
Go
want to
live
take
on
this and
there?
stick it somewhere?
Um,
However you want to do it.
Stick it
Tag
up.
somebody, hashtag.
stick it up yo anus. So you just slide over here and go live. Damn you. Okay. Then you just hit. Where do you want it?
You can. I mean,
Oh.
do you want to put it like up in that corner, like by that window or something, and just flip the
Let's see.
screen?
Like here?
Yeah, wherever it'll
Oh,
work.
did not flip it at all. Okay, there it is.
There it is.
How's that?
Yeah, just try to
That
get
cool?
your
Yeah.
both of us in there, and
He was holding his own entire face.
yeah, you gotta keep turning it towards you. All right, you're gonna have to stand in the corner and hold the phone. Sorry,
What?
you're just gonna have to hold that phone for about an hour.
We could give it to Ryder over there. He can hold it, or we
I
could
think
go.
that kind of works, right? Because you're gonna scoot up a little bit, so that'll work.
I'll be right here. You can see me. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Go crazy with it.
I hope it doesn't fall.
It's okay. Stick it though.
Yeah. What is that, anyways? What kind of phone is that?
So S8.
Oh,
I
Samsung.
switched from iPhone after
Like,
10 and a half years.
you.
I got tired of being used like I was a battery girlfriend in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, it sent the signal out, did a new update, then my phone stopped working.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, I had a 12-hour battery life with heavy use on my iPhone 7, and then I did an update, and then my phone wouldn't stay charged for 25 minutes without use. Like, I would just sit there and die.
What in the world?
And then they're like, oh, no, yeah, it's just the new software. Your battery just must have went bad. But we can upgrade you to iPhone X if you want. But you know what? I'm just not going to suck the dick that way.
See, you know what sucks though is this kind of sit sideways. You can't turn your phone like this. Well, whatever. You'll get over it.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys have to turn your phone or turn your face sideways if you're watching.
Yeah.
Are we live? Is it going?
Yeah.
Does this mean it's live or what's
Hey.
it?
It's not our phone, just fix your face.
Yeah.
For real, dude. Your face could use a little.
Yeah, if you just
Who I'm talking to.
touch your face up.
All right, we up here. We are here. All right.
Hey!
So, I'll bring it in, okay?
All right.
Yeah, we are here, boy.
Oh!
I have the super powerful, talented, athletic, and handsome Joseph Aronson here
Yes,
with
yes,
with this turd Kenny Martin. No, I'm kidding. That wasn't nice.
It's 100% true.
No, yeah, I do have a really special guest though, Kenneth Martin, a real good friend of mine. I'm excited to have him out.
I mean, that's pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to call him a friend. I don't know if he calls me the same.
I call you some stuff.
Yeah, calls me some things. Kenny, how you doing, dude?
I'm good, man. Yourself?
I'm doing well, man. I'm excited you're out here. Actually,
Thank you, man.
I couldn't wait, so we moved it up a couple hours even, right?
Yes, it was like, he was like, please come out here. I was like, slow down, man.
Yeah, I was about to
But then he was
bust.
like, listen, have cash, just get here.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I'm on the way.
The anticipation was building for far too
Yeah,
long.
I could feel it. I could feel it when we talked. I mean, the 75 texts I got in the last 32 minutes, I figured I might as well get out here.
Yeah, you could feel it through the phone, right?
Yeah,
So,
it was desperate.
well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I understand, man. You're trying to do something out here, and I get that.
Yeah, but yeah. So, and for the people listening that don't know, he's staying down in Florida now. So he drove all the way up here just to do this podcast.
Yes, well, I saw all the comments and the suggestions of the #1 guest that you guys wanted on here, so I'm here, so you're welcome. So yeah, that's why I'm up here. You know, just the relentless demand of my presence here.
Yeah, it's like beating a dead horse. They finally give it.
Yeah, I was just like, you know what? I just gotta give people what they want.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
Thanks, thank you. So,
You're welcome.
if we could give them a quick background about you for the people that don't know who you are, which I'm sure there's not many, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, they should probably Google me.
Yeah, do a Google search. So, I mean, I know you're from the area here. Obviously, you're not staying here anymore,
Yes.
but could you give us a quick rundown of just like your beginning years, early life, things like
Sure.
that?
I was born and raised Rockford, Illinois.
815?
A15 till I die, but I moved. So yeah, I always lived on the west end of town and not the best areas, so grew up a little rough. I think most people have, so I mean, I don't think it's that special of a story, but just grew up kind of rough, like a knucklehead.
Yeah.
You know, eventually got mixed up into some MMA as I got older. I think in 2007, my wife worked at a tattoo shop and then a promoter for an organization called King of the Cage. It was much bigger then. It's a little smaller now with, you know, the rise of the UFC and Strikeforce and Bellator, stuff like that. So it's not that big of an organization anymore.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys came into the tattoo shop and they were promoting that fight. They were putting some posters up. And for whatever reason, my mindset said, hey, how do I fight on that show? And they said, give me your information and we'll call you.
Give me in here, yeah.
So then I said, okay. I gave them what they needed and I didn't hear anything for a while. And then I got a call. And then they were like, can you make 205? I was sitting at probably 245 pounds and this was 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
So then I called Joey and our friend Mark Rallo, well, some of you may know.
Shout out Mark Stiles, Mark Rollo.
Yeah, so then yeah, I took a fight. I'd never trained anywhere. I was just kind of a guy that got in fights and bars and whatnot, like every jerk when they're in their early 20s. So yeah, so Joey was like my wrestling coach for that. And then I guess Mark helped me with striking. He more like just got knocked out in his living room several times.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, so
what
we
was
moved,
that right there off Sandy Hollow?
Sandy Hollow, those
Yeah.
apartments, yeah, those apartments. So we moved his couches out, you know, and he would talk crazy like something was going to happen, and then I knocked him out several times leading up to it in his living room. So I appreciate that.
Thanks for being a good sport, Mark.
Yeah, Joey, I think you were coaching some
Yep.
maybe elementary wrestling,
Middle school, yep.
middle school
Yep.
wrestling. So we actually would go anywhere we could get on a mat.
Yeah.
And you would work wrestling and takedowns with me, which did help me quite a bit, because I had no idea what I was doing whatsoever. You know, looking back on it, I just took the fight because I thought I was a tough guy, and terrible decision to take a fight before you've ever trained.
Yeah.
So then I did that, and then they asked me, what kind of opponent do you want? Do you want a local guy who has no fights like yourself? And I go, no, give me your best guy.
I want a stud, yeah.
So then I got a guy who was 16-1
Whoa,
for my first fight ever.
Jack too, right?
Oh,
He's jacked.
yeah, a lot bigger than me.
Hmm.
And he had 16-1. So then, I took the fight and went there. Yourself and Mark cornered me. And then went in there, proceeded to get elbowed in my face and punched. And then the only thing that I was surprised by is I made it out to a decision. I didn't get finished. And I got put in arm locks. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
And I was able to escape arm locks and stuff like that. So just instinct and just like not wanting to be beaten that bad, I survived, weathered the storm. Not an exciting fight.
The fighter spirit, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you did, like you said.
I did drop him within the first 30 seconds. I put him on his back early in the first round, and I was honestly shocked.
Yeah.
I was just like,
What do I do now?
I honestly froze. Yeah, I froze. Was like that. Didn't expect that. But that's one of those things when I really only sparred up to that point with Mark. Never worked with anybody who understood fighting. So just lack of experience, but I surprised myself a lot of things. So then I was like, after getting caught in those arm locks, I was like, I have to figure this out. This stuff's magic. I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so kind of was, there wasn't frequent MMA shows like there are now back then.
No, now there's fights.
Yeah, you could
Every
catch a
month,
fight
easy.
every month if you wanted to, if not every weekend.
Mhm.
So then, I believe you started training at Core Combat. You've always been grappling and wrestling of some sort.
Yeah.
And you had started working out at Tommy's place, which I believe he's going to be on the show later today.
Yeah, he'll be out here in a few hours, a couple hours.
So, yeah, so he'll give you his background, but, when you guys hear that podcast, he was my first coach.
Yeah, mine too, for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. So then, I went to that academy with you, and then I probably was powerlifting and weighed probably roughly 280 pounds the first time I went there.
Big boy.
So then I grappled this guy. They called him Andimal. He was an MMA fighter. He was 18. He wrestled for 3 years in high school. Had been training jiu-jitsu for about a year and a half. And I think, like most people, he was like, go with him. And I outweigh him by 125 pounds or so.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, go with him. It'll be fine. So I do the thing like where I act like I'm going to try not to hurt him, thinking that like just because I'm just so large and powerful that I have to
He's
be able.
fragile.
I have to be able to win. There's just
Mhm.
just nothing in the world makes sense if somebody my size can't beat somebody his size. So it progressed through probably 10 rounds of grappling at the end where I was almost dead, but using every bit of horsepower that I had in my body to try to beat this kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not break a sweat. He out-techniqued me. He just used technical moves that I did not understand, that I could not stop, I could not defend, and just wrecked me 10 times in a row.
Who was it again?
His name was Andy. I don't remember his last name, but they called him Andimal.
Okay.
Andy the Animal. And he had a good MMA record.
Yeah.
I believe he's from Byron.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Younger kid?
I think I was 23 or 24 at that time. He would have been 18 years old.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
so I think he was still in high school at the time.
Yeah.
And he wrecked me. And I was just like, I don't understand how somebody so small
What's happening?
can handle me. I was like, I don't get this. How is he making me submit to his will so much? I think I got my arm popped. I think I hurt my shoulder, like just going, I'm not gonna tap to this kid. Just being a meathead and not having any sense that there's a leverage point, there's techniques that you don't understand.
Yeah.
So after about 10 times like that, I walked to Tom and I go, sign me up. I don't get it. This is magic. I have to understand this. This doesn't make sense.
We gotta figure this out.
So then, I started going there regularly, and then took another fight under Tom's organization pretty early, But just really liked jiu-jitsu, and then just kept learning it, for the first couple of months. My gi was always in the washer.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, I'm not wearing this.
Oh.
Because when people
Yeah.
would use the grips against you, and if you didn't understand it, it's a
Hated
very
it,
difficult.
yeah.
It's a very difficult thing if you come from, no wrestling and definitely never wore a gi before, and trying to understand the complexities of gi grips.
Oh,
Man.
man.
It takes a long time, and
Frustrating too.
now I'm extremely comfortable in the gi, and I can't imagine not training gi every week.
Mm-hmm.
So then, I did that for a while, and then 2010 rolled around, and then I moved to Florida. I got down there, did like the beach bum thing, saved a little bit of money. Just
Mhm.
wanted to get my kid, get our daughter at the time out of Illinois,
Yeah.
just kind of just didn't want that life anymore.
Yeah, want to be somewhere with the nice weather too, I imagine.
Good weather, just change the scenery. You know, me and my wife, we've suffered a lot of loss, so just wanted to kind of, we needed to start over.
Yeah.
So we wound up in Ormond Beach, Florida. It's near Daytona. I was just driving near the beach, and I found a particular school in Flagler Beach.
I never been. Is that's
It's
close
just,
to
it's,
Daytona?
it's just north of Daytona,
Okay.
like 20 minutes. And there was a school there, so I kept stopping by, but it was like a second location for a big school. It was in Jacksonville, but I was never able to catch anybody there.
Mm-hmm.
So I go back down to my town, Ormond, and I'm just driving down. I think I was taking my daughter Gretchen to school, and then I saw another Gracie Jiu Jitsu Academy, and for whatever reason, it was the only time I've ever seen it.
Yeah. Bingo.
I kept passing it. So then I said, okay, and I saw that the door was open. It's directly, beautiful academy.
Mhm.
The academy is here, there's the road, and then the ocean. Big picture front glass windows there. You overlook the ocean the whole time you train, so I was like, I gotta check this place out.
Yeah.
So I went in there, and then I met who is now my main instructor.
So you're still there?
Yeah.
Now.
We're not at that location, but I'm still with the
Okay.
same instructor that I've been with since white belt.
Wow.
So his name is John Michael Kalakini.
Okay, I think I remember you talking about
Yeah,
him
so
before.
he is of Hawaiian and Brazilian descent. He is a direct black belt under Helson Gracie. He has an extremely close relationship with Hickson. We just hosted like a massive seminar last year with Hickson in Daytona where we had, I think, 250 people out. We had to
Wow.
rent a pavilion at
Yeah,
Harley Davidson there.
fit all those
Just to
people,
house
yeah.
it. Yeah, I think we brought in 700 mats or something. We literally had forklifts and flatbeds bringing in mats in from.
I think I remember that on Snapchat or Instagram or
I
something. you're
Instagrammed a
taking-
picture of,
yeah.
I think, just standing next to piles of mats, but it was
Yeah.
just 6 foot tall high piles of mats, and there was like 15 to 20 of them. It took us hours with a lot of people just to
Oh,
get
yeah.
those down. And
The
then
whole
to-
day probably.
Then to
just
pick
set
up,
up.
yes,
Yeah.
we were there, several hours before the seminar and put those mats down. But
Oh, man.
I mean, if anybody gets the chance to actually get to train and learn from Hickson Gracie, I strongly
Take it.
recommend it.
Yeah.
You might not see everything, like you see a video of him teaching something, but that's why they talk about his jiu-jitsu being invisible jiu-jitsu. It's very small, little things, little key things, but it is really Jedi.
Yeah.
You know, it's so much different and more precise than what you're used to learning. And I'm fortunate with my instructor in Florida, he has paid very close attention to that. And he's the devil's in the details.
Yeah.
So we fortunately get to receive that on a daily basis, which is basically almost direct knowledge coming from Hickson. And 17 years directly with Helson as well.
Wow.
You know, 2-stripe black belt, taught at his main academy, lived with him in Hawaii, very close to the family.
Wow.
So
That's
very cool.
Nice. That's
So-
cool. No, so I kind of want to go back a little bit and, you know, like you said, you started in a jiu-jitsu and you were already in like powerlifting and stuff like that.
Yes.
What is, like, was there a certain moment where you just started to get into the gym or just get into fitness in general? Like, was there a moment where something snapped in your head or did, like, a tragedy, or was it just you're like, hey man, I just want to look good, or?
So I was always the chubby kid.
Yeah.
You know, I remember being.
Really?
Yes. Still am. So I remember distinctly being 6 years old and being skinny.
Yeah.
And my mode of transportation was to run to any one of my friend's house as fast as I possibly could. Just run.
Yeah.
My background with my family, being completely open and honest, and that's where I'll go with this, is both of my parents were extreme drug addicts, okay?
Okay.
When crack cocaine hit in the 80s, my parents got hooked. Before that, it was speed, heroin, crystal meth. I mean,
Anything.
everything that you can imagine.
Yeah.
Like, my parents were on drugs. We had no supervision as kids.
You and your
Yeah.
brother, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that it became like you'd wind up eating McDonald's multiple times a day, or just Doritos.
Whatever
That's what
was
the
there.
food stamps would buy.
Yeah.
You know, that was, we grew up. So, you grew up as just a person that goes, I eat a bag of chips for my meal that day. You know what I mean? That was the lifestyle that we led. I probably had McDonald's every day of my life until I was into my 20s and realized that, oh, I shouldn't do this.
This isn't real food.
You know what I mean? This is terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
You eat it, and then you're instantly in the bathroom, and then you're like, I'm hungry again.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I did this taking 1,500 calories in one meal, but why am I hungry?
Yeah.
Why is my body not satisfied with this? But it takes a long time to
figure
realize
out,
that it's
yeah.
terrible. So then I noticed it like at 7, all of a sudden, I went from being skinny to just being the chubbiest kid. Like in a
Blew
year,
up.
I just blew up. Yeah, not in a good way. So being unhealthy was a big part of my life growing
Okay.
up. Okay, and as a teen, and you know, the drug use for my family, you know, and it never stopped. It was always. I remember counting, talking to my wife about it. You know, typical people's like, how many schools did you go to? I went to an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. I went to 12 elementary schools. I've been to 4 middle schools, and I've been to 3 high schools.
Were they moving a lot, or is it
Because
just
of the moving, you know,
yeah.
you just moved to different districts, and they pull you out of school.
Midway through the school
Yeah,
year, when you're
I
just,
probably, there was years where I went to 3 different schools. in
you're
one
just trying to make friends, you're
Yeah,
starting
so-
over all the time, yeah.
So I got very comfortable being alone all the time.
Yeah.
So, I think that's where I got like, you know, so I grew up on martial arts movies, you know, always alone, but
Yeah.
just developing, not having any friends, not having a stable diet or cooked meals,
Mhm.
you know what I mean, in my whole life, you know? And then, you know, to help my parents support their drug habit, because they didn't work, you know, they would sell drugs.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I saw that as a means to escape that life, and
Mhm.
so that's what I did.
Yeah.
So then I got in trouble with selling drugs. And then went to jail. And then I got under a bar with 135 on it. You know? And this is a weird place to realize this, but I needed a spotter to help me bench press
Oh, just
135 pounds, and I weighed 220 pounds.
Yeah.
You know? And you're sitting there going, I go, this doesn't make sense. I'm looking at guys way smaller, just repping out like 2 1/4.
Yeah.
And
oh, yeah.
I just go, oh man,
I'm behind.
this is not good.
Yeah. It's time
So-
to catch up a little, huh?
Yeah, so I was there for roughly 18 months. I believe we were friends at that point.
Yeah, I
We
wrote you a couple times, yeah.
We wrote back and forth, and I appreciate that. People don't realize what that means, but just getting a letter from a friend is a big deal. But by the time I was done with that, I was repping like 2 1/4. And then as soon as I came home, I wanted to surround myself with positive people.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was, I came home in 2006, and I've never been in any ounce of trouble since then.
Yeah.
You know, I heard so many people, you're gonna go back, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. And I said, no.
No.
But I surrounded myself around good people. And then you were in the gym, you lived at Peak, you were like the most jacked dude that I knew. You know, it was in my age, you know, like, I remember, like, I'll tell you a story, I hope I don't get you in trouble, but you were younger, single. But I remember for your 21st birthday, I took you to a strip club.
Yeah.
And then I remember it was hilarious because you were so jacked at the time, the girl pulled your shirt off, and then every girl in the club ran up and jumped on stage and like sexually assaulted you with their hands.
Jeez, that's offensive, right?
I was just like, and I just thought, I was like, I bet that is a pretty good confidence boost right there. You know what I mean? I was just.
I don't remember anything from that night.
Oh no, I
so-
carried you out of there.
Yeah.
We had to pay the bouncer to let us in because we were so drunk by the point we got there. We had to buy our way in.
Yeah.
Um,
It's usually $5, but it's gonna be 25.
That was, I don't know if you know this or not, but, yeah, we spent like $1,000 that night, just
Jeez.
on booze and just getting crazy. So, fun night.
Yeah.
But, so, I looked at you and was like, okay, this dude knows what he's doing. I mean, you worked out through high school, you wrestled. So then I was like, you know, when I came home, I was like, got a Peak Pass. You know, I
Yeah.
was moving furniture, doing my thing.
That was demanding too, physically
Yeah, so
demanding.
I moved furniture 6 days a week, and I worked out 2 hours almost every, 6 days a week.
Yeah.
I
you
would
were
take
there all the
Sundays
time,
off,
yeah.
and yeah, so got to where I was, benching 2 1/4, for easy sets, and got up into the 300s, But then I got to the point where I just like stayed there,
Yeah,
I
plateau
didn't,
kind
I
of.
didn't go. I wasn't focusing on powerlifting.
Sure.
That's a more of a recent thing. It was more of I got to a point where it's like, I'm stronger than a lot of dudes. I'll just do my 3-4 sets, 2 1/4, for 10, racket,
Yeah, and go
go
home.
incline, decline, maybe some dumbbells later, But, basically in 2017 is when like I started going, I want to power
Okay.
lift, I'm gonna start doing deadlifts and
Start doing the
squatting.
bigger moves, yeah.
Because,
Yep.
I was one of those dudes who's like, I'm skipping leg day.
Again!
Yeah.
My
I've
legs
been- I don't know if I've been to one.
Yeah, your legs are strong. I mean, they were naturally strong from riding bikes for years too,
BMX
right?
was an outlet for me as a kid,
Yeah.
and inline skating as well. I'm sure.
Yeah, skating,
I
you
know
were,
Mark, and you talked, Mark Durham, one of your guests. one of my oldest friends. I've known him since we were single digits.
Yep.
We grew up skating together, jumping onto handrails, stuff like that. So yeah, I think that's why I can, I can put 1,000 pounds in a leg press and I can rep it, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know.
You've got a good base. I mean, you're doing that forever.
Yeah.
and
So
that's
really,
hard.
big, strong legs, but then just, I just started doing all that stuff, working it now, and started deadlifting and started working for power, and really focused on that. Slowed down the reps and put on bigger weight.
Yep.
Try to do 5x5s or
Yeah.
doing sets of 3, stuff like that. Just changing up quite a bit, and my strength has really improved.
Yep, and you're focusing on the big lifts, the deadlifts, the squats, the
Yeah.
compound moves, right?
Yeah, I bench, deadlift, and squat. Each one of those movements I do twice a week now.
Good, yeah, that's
Um,
good. Frequency's good too, so a lot of people that are listening don't understand, if you can do it twice a week, do it twice a week. Don't just do
Yeah.
it once and then wait a whole week to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bodybuilder mentality.
Yep.
One body part a week. And if
Mhm.
that's your focus, that's perfect.
Sure.
If you want to build strength, if you want to be a power lifter, you're going to need to do those big movements at least twice a week.
Yeah.
You got some people that, like, say they're just a bench press guy. They're going to do a bench
times a week,
workout 3 times a week, and then they're going to do a bunch of accessory work on other days that only focus on that. So, like, you'll have guys that'll just focus on their chest in some way, some form, 6 times a week.
Yeah,
The guys that have 800-pound benches,
sure.
they're doing that stuff,
Yeah, some of the hardcore deadlifters are they're deadlifting 3 times a week or something, and they're killing it. Olympic lifters too. They're the same thing, man. They're doing the same.
I've not
moves.
heard. Did you release the one with Forsaken Warrior yet?